Welcome to the only comedy podcast on the internet. It's the Coffee Jelly Hour, episode 71. I'm Tony, and I'm joined by Ace, Matt, and Seth. We're preaching caffeine.
Fuck you! I do the intro so much better. I finally did the intro last time. It was so good.
I haven't heard it.
It was huge. It was the best intro we've ever had.
Okay.
Go on.
We're already breaking one of our rules.
Do you want to do it?
What rule? Say. Okay. I'll do the intro.
Take two, action. Here we go.
Okay. This comedy podcast show, Ice Cream Social, and we're hosts and Seth and Matt and Ace, and we're here today to tell you stories.
Tony, I think you need to step down.
I bow before Ace's skills.
I have what's known in the business as radio presence. It's okay. Not everybody's born with it.
You're born with something, anyway. So, guys, how are we all doing? Are we all okay?
Oh, yeah.
Are we having a splendid week? Listen, this week, I got round to watching the new Star Wars film, Rogue One. I don't know.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm kind of a bit late to it. I'm a fan of the first three Star Wars films, and that's about it. I thought first half, pile of shite. Second half, quite good, really. But the thing that disturbed me, and this is why I'm bringing it up, has anyone seen it? First off.
Yeah, I'm done with Star Wars.
Yeah, I can't guess that. What kind of fucked my head up was Peter Cushing, CGI Peter Cushing and CGI young Carrie Fisher.
Jesus Christ.
So
why did they even attempt that?
I'm a fan of the first three Star Wars 4, 5 and 6. Peter Cushing plays Grand Moff Tarkin in the first one, and then he appears in Rogue One. And as soon as he come on screen, I was like, and the CGI was so sort of jarring to my brain. My brain was just like that. It's not real. Don't get me wrong, the guy doing the voice fucking sounded just like him, but I just don't think CGI is just not quite there. And then the shock of seeing young Carrie Fisher at the end, especially that she's dead as well. Thank God she didn't die before that movie. Yeah, exactly. It was just weird, but I just wonder, how do you feel about bringing back dead actors?
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
It's completely pointless. And I think what's even more insulting, and I think I mentioned it before, and again, Star Wars fans are the bullies of the internet. They are the equivalent of the jocks.
No,
it's like, you don't like Star Wars?
Oh, no, wait a minute.
Wow. But my point is, Star Wars is a fucking interesting universe. Yeah. Why don't we talk about the other 90 million miles of the fucking Star Wars canon?
Yeah.
Instead, we literally have to have every when it was like, we're gonna find out where Lando got his cape. That was an actual quote. I know Red Letter Media has been making fun of it. That was a real fucking quote. It's like he got it from the cape store. Okay, like you don't need to have an epic fucking.
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? Capes are us. That's where
exactly. Why does Boba Fett hate Han Solo? Because some shit happened.
Yeah.
Do we need like a 3-movie arc to explain the rivalry between Han Solo and Boba Fett? Yeah. I know the fanboys get their dicks hard, but like, I don't know. I don't know what's so wrong with having movies take place, like having a narrative that's linear, as opposed to being like, well, this takes place between these two. It's like, fuck off. But then again, Star Wars isn't made for me, so I can't.
No. I mean, I like the first three, but that's it.
You know what's a nice, mellow fan base is Knights of the Old Republic.
Really?
Oh, that's such a good game.
That's like a rich universe that's so far removed from the regular Star Wars universe, and you don't hear people just being so obsessed with it.
Right, yeah. So defensive.
I wish they had done more with that besides just those two games. There was so much interesting.
There is the MMO, but that was not good.
No, it's a bit shit. But yeah, Peter Cushing.
You know what? You fucking wrecks me about the MMO, and I know like I'm being what I was making fun of before. But they try to appeal to the like original Star Wars fans by doing things like freezing bounty hunters in carbonite, which in the movie they say is experimental, and I don't even know if Han Solo is going to survive it, and they're just doing it to everybody.
Oh, yeah, so yeah, it seems to be a general thing.
So
in
what
the
the
MMO.
fuck?
Yeah, it's I don't know. I thought you were going to say they were trying to appeal to all Star Wars fans and put Jar Jar Binks in it. No.
Oh no.
Best.
But yeah, I mean, I understand it. It's an MMO. They have to appeal to as many people as they can. But it wasn't a Knights of the Old Republic game. Just felt like Star Wars.
Yeah. I've never actually played them. I know of them, but I've not played them. But I don't know. But yeah,
I didn't want to be the kind of person to rant about Star Wars. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, at least we aren't people who talk about Marvel movies. Now, you saw Guardians of the Galaxy?
I did. Yeah, I did. It was good. I liked it.
Oh, I
liked
haven't seen it.
How was?
Yeah, go on.
How was?
Go on.
All of the characters.
Rocket the Raccoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one. I mean, that's one of the ones that I want to hear about.
One of the ones that you are.
He's good.
Look. I really, if I had like one.
Just say it.
One. I really want them to at least make him bisexual, not for like LGBT awareness, but for Seth.
Yeah, I was going to say for you. Yeah,
just for me.
Yeah.
I applaud you.
I mean, he might be something, but they don't say what that is.
I can't let that slip by. I have to applaud that. That's the first time I've ever seen heard anybody bring the concept of a character's sexuality up and say it's for me.
Yeah.
Because every single time you see that, it's like, no, we just need gays in the Star Wars. It's just it's so the universe can feel inclusive, and it's like, no, it's because you want to fat to the Mexican guy porking the black guy. It's fine. like that's okay. You don't need to make up an excuse.
Yeah. People are going to be honest with themselves.
I want my kid to grow up in a world where, everybody's accepted. It's like, it's cool. It's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever gets your dick hard.
So good movie.
I heard my personal friends, like people I know, not just reviewers, but people I know, basically said that the two people who stole this movie were Rocket Racoon and Michael Rooker. The guy who was the shark fin.
Yeah.
It's true. He was really damn good. He was really good.
I need to see him. It's
And also, people are talking about like a Groot standalone movie. I assume they mean Rocket and Groot. I can't imagine.
I can't imagine just I am Groot for 2 hours.
Like he is appealing, but like it was a protagonist that basically doesn't say anything.
Yeah. You couldn't just Did
you ever go back and watch the early James Gunn movies? I mean, specifically Seth, but I guess the entire panel.
No, go
what
on.
else did he do? Did he do Slither?
He did Slither. That was like his first major release.
Yeah. I have seen that.
I keep wanting to see Super, but I have no interest in Slither because that body horror stuff is not like it's not my type of horror.
Yeah, it's a bit much on it. It is a little. If it makes you even slightly queasy, it's fucking hard to watch. And I'm weird about body horror. I find it fascinating, but in the same way, looking at like a beheading is fascinating. It's just like it sets me off. But it's like you see the video link and you pull your dick out instinctively.
Oh jeez.
So when you say you mean you, not us. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like in general, like at a cosmic. Look, I'm just saying for LGBT awareness, we should all pull our dick out for beheading videos. Oh, but his very first film was a movie called Romeo and Juliet.
Oh yeah, the Trauma movie. Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
I love my stuff. Really?
God, it's a great film. No, I'm not even slagging it. It is like the writing quality. If you watched Romeo and Juliet, you'd be like, yeah, this guy. It's like watching early Peter Jackson, where you're like, this guy clearly has a lot of talent.
Yeah.
It's like that. Like the writing is so the directing and the writing is so keen, and I love the fact that he wrote and directed the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I fucking love that. Like I know I'm writing Red Letter Media dick right now because they brought that up, but it's like it's so true. I'm so sick of 14 fucking screenwriters. Yes.
Rewrites and all. Yeah, that's
like
movie by committee.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm speaking of movie by committee, Aliens 3, movie by committee.
I've never seen it. I've never seen Aliens 3.
Aliens 3. You've never seen
but
it?
Remember? I know I've never seen
Aliens 1 and 2.
I
I was
What is the fourth one? Alien
Resurrection.
Yeah.
I know I've never seen that.
Yeah.
I can't remember 3, so if I have seen it,
Three's on the prison.
It's the prison.
Oh,
planet,
yeah,
isn't it?
I have seen it. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was such a fan of the
Joss
first
Whedon
one.
is associated with the fourth one.
Oh yeah.
Well, that explains a lot. That's probably why I'm not gonna like it. But
I remember
The thing about the third one was the original script was genuinely pretty damn good. It brought back the gothic dark tone of the first one, where everything's like a slow burn. The problem is that every few days the execs would be like, well, we focus tested this, and we want to have the female heroine more strong and like feminist power. And it's like, okay, fine, we'll take out all the scenes where she's in trouble, and we'll replace it and make her stronger. Which I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying if that's not the intention of your movie, well, if she dealt with a tragedy, you should make something shocking like kill Newt in the first minute. And it's like, that the only reason why Newt dies is because a studio exec said we need to shock our audience.
Yeah.
So, because originally I believe Newt and Hicks were supposed to survive, and instead they die in the opening credits. No spoiler alert, because that is the opening fucking credit. Is these two characters that you... All of Aliens is going back to fucking save that little girl, and she dies in the first second. You're like, well, I'm fucking thanks. Thanks. It's like starting the next Star Wars movie with a planet blowing up that all the main characters are on. Like Luke is like, hey Rey, that's my lightsaber, and then the planet they're on just gets fucking nuked.
But I'm working on watching them all again, and I've also never seen Prometheus, which I know has a very bad reputation. But I'm gonna watch it because
I kind of like
Covenant is coming out soon.
Yeah,
so.
I kind of like Prometheus.
I did like it, but I hear that movie was ruined for the same reasons that Ace was talking about. The third one is, like, eventually they brought on another writer or director who just, for some reason, wanted to, like, disassociate it from the Alien franchise, but only just made it confusing.
Yeah, I think if you watch that movie and don't bear the other movies in mind, you'll probably enjoy it quite a lot more. So I hadn't really seen the other. Yeah, I hadn't seen the other Alien movies for years and years. And watched Prometheus, enjoyed it, and then kind of went back and watched the Alien movies. And thought, oh yeah, okay, maybe it wasn't that good. So I know what you're saying. It's as a standalone. I kind of enjoyed it. It was good. I'm looking forward to the new movie as well. It should be good.
I just. If I'm going to be the contrarian, the only thing I hope is that the new movie isn't as much of a soft reboot as they say it's going to be. Because I'm tired of that premise. I hope that it brings a lot new to the table, because it's going to be... Like, if we literally have a shot-for-shot remake of Aliens, only... Remember the Thing remake? That's pretty much, where it was like, this is just a remake of The Thing with bad CG.
Well, hold on, we've argued over that. I kind of like the Thing remake. I like the original. Well, I like.
Okay, I know the Carpenter.
Which Thing remake are you talking about? John Carpenter.
I'm talking about the 2011 atrocity.
I kind of like all the movies. I like the original. I like the John Carpenter. I like the most recent one. I enjoyed them all. But that was, I only liked the most recent one because that year I went to Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Studios Orlando, and they had a haunted house based on The Thing with the new...
Are you telling me?
Well, it sounds like you just like the haunted house.
Yeah, Universal bought... You're hearing it right here. Tony is a shill for Universal. They bought his fucking... What are you going to tell me next? Suicide Squad was good because Jared Leto sucked on your penis?
Is he decent? Does he give a decent blowjob? Does he? I don't know.
Do you think he's ever gonna come back as the Joker after like how much ever? You really?
Yeah, he will.
I haven't seen Suicide Squad. I've kind of avoided it, so I'm not.
I will confess, we could not get through the opening credits. It was just it was not good. It was this is sloppy.
Well, listen, I don't want to bring this up, but there's certain movies like Suicide Squad. I was like, shall I just watch it? And this week, I was either going to watch Rogue One or the Ghostbusters remake, so I went for Rogue One. I actually thought I'd watch...
Why was that on the table?
I nearly did it. And then I thought, no, I'm not going to do it.
You should have just done
I
it,
know,
Tony,
I know.
so that we
I've
could have talked about it for the 1000th time.
I've spoiled the surprise now, haven't I? I'm going to do it one week.
Well, guess what? We're talking about it anyway now.
I tell you
do
what.
every
I like
fucking
that.
episode.
I like that. You know what?
We are the number one Ghostbusters podcast. I tell you what. Have you seen? Have you seen the live action Scooby Doo movie?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
There's been a couple.
Ace, have I told you about this?
What?
That's the movie that I have seen the most times. I've not seen any movie more than I've seen the
someone-
Scooby-Doo movie.
Called Seth off.
Really? Let's talk about
It came
this.
out on DVD. I watched it over and over and over
It came out on
again.
DVD. That's your excuse for watching
The
it over
first
and
one or
over.
the first
No,
No,
one? or
it's
the
that's
second
not my
one?
excuse. I don't know why I loved it so much,
The first one.
but I just I
first
stopped.
one?
Yeah. No,
Okay,
the
'cause
second
the
one was
second one
awful.
had Scrappy Doo and
No. The first one had Scrappy Doo.
Scrappy.
Oh, that's
Yeah, wasn't that the ending?
Yeah.
Oh, did he just turn up?
Spoiler alert! I guess.
Oh,
sorry.
he turns up at the end. You spoiled. I was going to watch that one this week. Sarah Michelle
the sad
Gellar's in
thing
it,
about
so-
the sad thing is like all of those people could have actually been pretty good at those parts, especially Matthew Lillard. In fact, Matthew Lillard is still Shaggy. He voices him now in cartoons.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Really?
interesting.
But they
Yeah, no, he was Shaggy in Kiss Me Scooby Doo, Seth. When we watched that, that was Matthew
Oh,
Lillard.
shit.
yeah, I
nice.
just feel like the script for that, I don't know, something about the script for that film was not right by me. The only part that I still kind of laugh at is when Fred, is this the first or the second one where they switch bodies and Fred ends up in Daphne's body and gets all excited that he can look at himself naked.
Ends up in
Oh, yeah, I
Daphne's
think- yeah,
body.
I think that is
I
the
think
first
you've been
one.
watching a different film. This doesn't sound like
No,
Scooby-Doo.
this
Is this a porn version?
No, I remember it too.
No,
I
this
remember
seriously- this-
everything about
Scooby-Doo
that
me?
movie.
If you haven't seen it, Tony, oh god, just do it for.
I've seen clips of it. You know, it's been on, and I haven't really watched it, kind of thing.
Well, I bring it up because like it's the closest thing to the Ghostbusters remake, and it's better. Like in its style, so it's like if you really want to launch like a movie in that vein, just watch that fucking
Should we
Scooby-Doo
all
movie.
watch the new Ghostbusters before next week's podcast?
I've
I
seen
think
it.
we should all watch Scooby-Doo.
Oh, you've seen it? Anyway,
I've
listen,
seen it.
guys. You
I
know what we
went
should be
to see
talking
it
about?
in the movie theater.
What?
Yeah.
I'm sure you've never told us this before. Every
I
time.
think he has.
Swear I have.
I think he has too.
Have I just blanked it because it's just so shocking? Jeez, man, fucking letting us down. No, I'm really doing. Listen, you know what we should be doing?
We should
Reading
be
a podcast?
fan
We
fiction?
should be doing Born of
Oh.
Darkness. That's what we should
Oh
be
my
doing.
god, we've been
I
recording
am-
that
I am-
long already. Holy shit.
Holy
I am
time
so
flies.
pissed
Time
that
flies
he
when you talk about
he opens this with lyrics by the brilliant composer of Silent Hill, and there's a song on the Silent Hill soundtrack that fucking guts me, and he's using lyrics
Is
from
it
that
this
song.
Is it this song?
Yeah, and it irks me because like it's a song that like clearly nobody else on the planet has ever heard except for me. It was like made for me because I'm so hip, but only I know obscure stuff and I know all the references.
Damn hipster.
Are you sure you didn't write
But-
this story, this fanfiction?
But that's what bothers me though. Is it's like, oh, why that?
It's your alter ego writing this, and you're not aware. And you're-
My alter
Speaking
ego.
of writing, speaking of writing,
Afatica?
real quick,
Go.
real quick.
Go.
I've never read Desperation by Stephen King. It's one of the only ones, and I'm finally reading it.
Okay.
And oh my God, Stephen King can ruin a really good story about a psycho cop by turning him into this possessed person, and a little boy prays to God and has all his problems solved.
Wow.
Now,
Wow.
Desperation, and I know we're not getting too heavily into Desperation, is the one where he did one story as Bachman and then rewrote it as King.
The Regulators is the other one, and they
Okay.
have the same characters in The Regulators and in Desperation. They're different stories with the same characters.
Yeah, and I because I remember he was talking about that in his audio book where he's talking about writing.
Yeah,
Which,
but it was just-
man, that made me hate Stephen King listening to that. I was like, you're such a dick.
I'm like listening to it, and I'm like, as soon as they start talking about this little boy who's discovered God and prays
Prays
a
to
lot,
God.
I'm like, oh no. And then it just gets worse from there. I'm like, this might be one of my least favorite Stephen King books ever.
Oh shit.
I just had to bring that up since we were talking
Yeah.
about writing.
It's shit. Then. So God answers him. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow. There's no
Yeah,
real twist on that.
He prays to God for his friend to get better from cancer, and his friend gets better from not from cancer. His friend got hit by a car and was in a coma and was gonna die.
Similar to
and
cancer. Yeah, go on.
And the boy prayed. Yeah, similar, same idea. And the boy prays and is like, please let my friend live. And his friend like wakes up from his coma like 10 minutes later, and then they're like trapped in the town of desperation. He's like, please God, let me fit through these jail bars, and he fits through the jail bars, and it's such shit. It's so bad.
Lame.
Anyway, Born of Darkness. Guys.
Born of Darkness, Chapter 6, Walking Home. You lie silently before me, your tears may mean nothing to me. The wind howling at the window, the love you never gave, I give to you.
What? Why is that even there? That's actually it's a song that directly correlates to the game, because the premise of the game is that the main character's mother abandoned him as an infant in an orphanage, and so he has a resentful issue with his mom.
I thought it was a song written by bisexual Rocket Racoon to Seth. No.
Don't even tease.
Oh, I'm sorry. Things work.
I also like that you only want him to be bisexual.
Yeah,
like,
no,
he can still.
I don't want
Like,
him to be gay.
I will
just
compromise.
Yeah. We'll meet halfway. No, I like that.
Because I don't think he had a girlfriend. He had an otter girlfriend. So I understand they can't. I don't want them to retcon that.
So you don't want to. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. It's fair enough. That's very.
Well, I mean, it's good on you. It's good on you. I'm fine with compromises.
Yeah.
That's certainly fine. There's nothing. No, you don't need to retcon this rich history of a character that's only mattered for the past, 5 years.
Anyway, things wound down from there. The Titans searched the rest of the compound.
Okay, what the fuck happened last time really fast? Does anybody recall?
I'll sum it up. Nothing.
Can't even remember. There's so much narration
Nothing
in
happened.
this.
The last one was called The Lab?
Oh, did he go to a party? No?
No, that was the one before it. This is the last one.
Wow.
We must
I have to confess, the past 8 paragraphs that we read, I remember I was just like, fuck this, let's keep going.
You were screaming.
Yeah, because I was
I remember that. The Titans.
Well, because it was just going on. It was like he looked into the hollow sarcophagus that was the toilet, and he glared down into the water and saw some shimmering reflection.
He
looked into the bedroom. There was a bed. No, that was a few chapters ago.
Yeah, same shit. The Titans searched the rest of the compound, their scrutiny amounting to very little. Oh, yeah, the robots and Slade's creation had thrown their all at Seth Obsidian. In short, there wasn't anything left. Well, nothing left besides questions. Raven was standing damn near Statue Lake in the middle of the battle-scarred room, eyes gazing deep into the puffs of smoke and twisted metal. That meant it was up to Robin, Cyborg, and Starfire to discover why the robots were there and what they were after. God. This again hadn't yielded very much in terms of something useful. After they had finished searching and securing the area, and Seth realised that the fighting was over, he simply left. His direction was almost aimless. Home was somewhere ahead, if you could call it that. Seth was beginning to think he may be able to down the road. Way the hell down the road.
What?
Okay. There was no need for him to stick around. At the end of the day, Seth was just there to hit things. Whatever the incident was, it was up to the others to use their logic deduction skills to figure out what went wrong. Seth was more than capable of this, though he chose not to participate. This was ultimately their city, not his. Stepping on toes, regardless of how irritating some of the Titans could be, would prove counterproductive. As he had gone out of the great tear in the wall, he had not been exactly too surprised when one of the others had come to join him. One by one they followed, the authorities and city cleanup crew pacing into the hollow depths of the lab.
Look at them go.
Seth lit a cigarette, glancing back momentarily. Seth's back.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
I'm Raven, right?
Yeah. I thought that was you doing it then, man. Starfire said quietly, passing him by.
What?
Seth asked. She didn't respond, but rather kept moving. Whatever, Seth I can't speak. Seth thought. Shoving his hands into his trench coat pockets.
Shoving his hands into his pants.
I know, well, that's, just as good that, and returning to the trek. Now he and Raven walked together in silence down the muddied back roads of the city. Two teens, possibly the two most powerful people in the entire city, acting as if pedestrians.
Fuck off.
They traded a glance here or there, but continued onward. Noise, be it white or black.
Black noise. It's more mysterious than white noise.
Okay, hold on. What's white
Is he
noise?
being
Let's hear
racist?
white noise and let's hear black noise.
Oh no. Okay, I got it. Because white noise is like static, right? It's like.
Yeah.
And black noise is more like death metal. It sounds more like.
I thought when you did that static sound, I thought that was black noise. I thought it was like Darth Vader. It sounded like. That's what it sounded to me. Yeah. The coos.
Oh, okay. Well, I did it wrong then.
The coos of pigeons, the sounds of moving cars and crying children faded into the background to near silence. From what Seth could see, the city was falling apart. Despite that, the police force was working overtime and hiring as many people as possible. Things were just not working. The Titans were getting lazy, especially Robin. Seth could sense some obsession with this person called Slade. Obsidian knew better to try to get in the way of a man's goal, though. Whenever Robin mentioned the name, there was a certain hate and anger in his voice, something that signified the strange being was important in a dark way. Tonight, for whatever reason, when Seth glanced around, there was something bad happening. In obscured back alleyways, there were drug deals, illegal gambling, and the occasional mugging. Loud music.
Just gambling in the alleyways.
Yeah. Illegal gambling.
They're
No
rolling
licenses.
bones. Rolling those dice.
Gets worse. Loud music was blaring from cars, mostly rap. Oh, terrible, but sometimes rock, as they swerved down the roads at dizzying speeds. Sometimes policemen were paid to look the other way as criminals and robbers did their dirty deeds. It was then that it occurred to Seth that the crime had not dropped to lower rates. The media had been lying. Rather, the system had become so corrupt, and that the surge of behaviour was simply covered up.
This is a lot worse than the papers had led me to believe.
Seth puffed on his cigarette. Cyborg nodded.
We had... I can't remember what my voice was. I think it was down here.
It wasn't racist.
But it wasn't racist, so I gotta... We had suspicions for some... I can't not... I don't know why I'm... I don't know why I'm going here. We had suspicions for some time, but sometimes at the streets now...
Cyborg, do like a robot voice. We had suspicion.
Oh, yeah?
Whatever. Keep going.
We had suspicions for some time. Secret. We like that, Mr. Roboto, right? Yeah.
Perfect.
But looking at the streets now, I can see that doubts just went out the window.
I don't get it.
Seth shrugged. Starfire chimed in.
We don't either!
He has a different accent every time.
There's
She's
Starfire.
an alien!
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Shapeshifter. No. A man with a Colt 45 jabbed a weapon into the chest of another man, demanding something. Oh, give me something. The perpetrator wore a ski mask and dark clothing, likely studying his crime attire from other criminals. His left hand was held out, palm up, demanding money. The other man looked like he was going for his wallet. It was then that the victim of said crime disposed of a blade hidden in his sleeve, working the sharp edge of the thief's into the thief's upper chest. His cries nearly echoes. A few gobs of blood spewing from his wailing mouth. The 45 went off next, ramming a hole through the knife's wielder's chest. Jesus wept. Obsidian wanted to say something, almost wanted to act as a crime fighter, but felt that for some reason he shouldn't. So much for a job description. Is Seth supposed to say that? I don't know. So much for a job description. Seth shook his head. The two men.
Why bother?
I know. I gave up when I asked.
Seemed to resolve itself.
Yeah. It was sorted. The two men fell to the street, never rising again. Seth looked over as he heard a rather loud engine approaching, something in need of dire tune-up. The hatchback black Mustang slung around the corner, smoke beneath its peeling wheels. Judging by its look, this was an earlier model, something from the 90s, likely the first half. It dove down the street at insane speeds, nearly aimless. Three of them, passengers or whatever, leaned out of the two front windows with paintball guns, crosshairs aimed at, well, whatever. They tagged people and cars and buildings alike, splattering a palette of colour across the general area of the street. Regardless, the car was still moving. People cursed and yelled in surprise and anger. The 4 teens in the car only responding with a burst of wild laughter. The one driving was laughing so hard that the car almost kissed a nearby hydrant, but he quickly regained control. With that, they turned another corner and hauled away. Seth watched them go, with fixed eyes, wistful thoughts of freedom stirring in his mind. Holy crap, right. Seth and Raven.
Wow, this is... wow, guys.
Seth... it can only get better. No, it can't. Seth and Raven in their calm, peaceful silence turned the... What is that noise? Is someone masturbating? It's drums.
It sounds like it.
Who's on the drums? Is that him?
Just providing some ambience to this
no.
incredibly...
No. Keep going. It's good. Peaceful silence turned the corner as they reached the end of the street. Slowly but surely they made their way towards Titan Tower. No less than an eighth of a mile away, Seth saw a prostitute being arrested by 2 cops. Or seemingly arrested. A fire truck desperately steering down the street to extinguish something somewhere. He heard deliberate shouting that grew louder, and as they passed a rather large open alleyway, Seth spotted a large group of men cheering and carrying on.
Holy shit! Who gives a fuck?
Surrounding 2 other people.
I'm so bored of this already! What's going on?
The moment seemed like
Fight
a
Club.
celebration. This wasn't a normal fight. One of them in the crowd reassuringly shouted. You are not your job. What?
I don't even
Oh,
know
this
where
is a fucking Fight Club line.
Is it a Fight Club?
It is a
Go
quote
on.
from Fight Club.
Who wants to take that?
Is it?
You are not your job. You are not how much money you have in the bank.
He couldn't help but let a grin wash over him. Such a precise philosophy, he thought. He'd heard it in a movie somewhere. The things you own end up owning you. On the opposite side,
It's just Fight Club.
Is this all Fight Club? On the
This
opposite
is Fight Club.
On the opposite side, a murder scene. He watched as 2 medical officers put a chalk outline around one of the many bodies from a recent gang war. Okay, what movie is this paragraph?
Oh, this is 7. This is just all 7.
It's just all Brad Pitt movies. That was likely.
I didn't make that connection.
You got to make a connection with each paragraph now. That was the likely case, given the amount of outlines you could count. There was suddenly the sound of squealing tyres, rubber burning against black asphalt. A car approaching from up the street. There were strange markings all over it, probably that of a local gang or some mafia. The windows were rolled down with great intent, and the barrels of pistols and submachine guns were stuck out, positioned with yet more intent. People screamed and ran as a rather large barrage of bullets began to pound all over the street, showering holes and debris along the exterior wall of a quaint strip mall. Mall. Someone was bleeding. I don't know why I stressed over that. Someone was bleeding. The car continued to drive by, mowing more people down. She hadn't taken long to respond. Raven chanted, "Dark energies." Oh, it's all happening. Dark energies springing forth from her upraised hands and wrapping around the car. She brought the car upwards about 20 feet into the air. Everyone on the road pausing to watch what was going to happen next. Even those who had been shot mercilessly, still holding on to some sliver of consciousness. The car came down with savage fury, slamming it into the ground repeatedly until everyone inside had broken just about every bone in their body.
Even their wiener?
With the wiener bone went first.
damn gangs.
Robin groaned, slinging a grenade at the car. Within seconds, it ignited, vaporizing the vehicle. Shrapnel dispersed into the air, luckily harming no one. Raven's eyes returned to normal. Her power
nobody got hurt.
ceasing. Amazing.
Call the fire, guys!
Cyborg asked. Robin shook his head.
Nah, something tells me they'll be on their way soon.
Is this
that's
the
me
Teen
too.
Titans?
Oh, is it?
Yes. Yeah. It'd be a good warning.
Raven nodded. With that finish, Seth and Raven continued on down the road. They progressed through the city, enjoying the scenery, so to speak. More bad things happened. Gang wars continued, but it was nothing entirely life-threatening, at least not to Seth and Raven and the others. Eventually, they reached Titan Tower. Eventually, rest would come.
We're terrible superheroes. They just watched all that shit.
And they're like,
They were just walking home.
Whatevs.
Whatever. They're not big giant robots.
I swear to fuck, this is literally like somebody doing a parody of Christopher Nolan directing the Teen Titans movie.
Oh, maybe it is.
Kinda, a little bit.
It's like somebody who doesn't get the subtlety of it and just goes edgy and dark, but they don't get all the.
Is that not being made?
The
Really?
the undercurrent of like what makes a Christopher Nolan movie special. So they just see it as like, no, it's gotta be intense.
Visual, yeah. Bollocks.
Or David Fincher, apparently.
I think we go on to chapter 7. Slade's death.
We have
Probably
a little bit of
half-
time.
shouldn't.
before I-
Probably
Let's
half
do
of
it.
chapter 7, I think. It is
Slate's
getting half.
already.
Here we go. The fragile cannot endure the wrecked and the jaded, a place so impure, the static of this cruel world, because some birds to fly long
what is
before
with
they've
the-
seen their day. Long before they've seen their day. Blah 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 blah.
What song is this?
Sometime-
I don't know. Who is this even by?
I don't know.
I'm gonna guess it's gonna be like by somebody like Power Man 5000 or something.
Alright, I'm
Ace,
gonna look
Ace,
it up real
Ace,
quick.
don't lie. You wrote this. You know who it is. Come on. Sometime later, the other 3 Titans returned home. Seth and Raven had split up and gone to their respective rooms. Once they had come back,
It's
had
by
Sid-
Alter Bridge, you
Ah,
guys.
Alter Bridge.
Okay, I wasn't that curious, but thank you.
Yeah, Alter Bridge.
Well, I had to answer the question.
They're okay. No, thanks. No, it's okay. Obsidian, assuming the isolation was for the same reason as his. Solitude brought focus, at least in his experience. Seth was studying the map of the city again, much like an obsession. He couldn't put it down. The man was going to great pains to review each and every
He's
possible
studying the weather
escape
patterns of the
route.
city.
Yeah. Weather
He's
channel
checking to see if a hurricane is coming.
or hiding place that his nemesis could occupy. He's hiding in the cloud. He had been forced to hide once before. Well, actually, dozens of times before. It all began with a witch hunt that had opened up in Grant City once the cops had actually learnt the truth about
Do you
him.
know what the fan community for South Park calls the relationship between Cartman and Wendy?
What?
They call that Candy. That's their couple name.
Carmen. Oh, okay. And Wendy.
Yeah.
Carmen and Wendy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay,
for
thank
that.
you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. The Titans, on the other hand, just come back with some random facts. It's good. The Titans on it needs brightening up this.
That was probably the most interesting thing that's happened in the last 70 minutes.
Yeah, so far. The Titans on the other hand were mostly clueless. Time would reveal his nature, and something told him that moment was approaching with a quickness. And I've been
Does anybody even know what Tony's saying? Like, are these words anymore? Like, I can't be the
don't know
only
what I'm
person
saying. I
who
don't know what I'm
just
saying.
hears a wall of sound.
I think I'm saying
I'll be
random words
completely
now.
honest. I have no idea what happened last chapter.
No.
Almost nothing. They just walked home. It was called. What was it called? It was called Walking Home. That was the chapter's
Walking
title.
Home, yeah.
It was Walking Home, and that's all it was.
The air quotes scenery. It had been Seth against the city, and damn all consequences, whatever they could have been. He had rather liked that. Him against the world with nothing but cold steel, his bare hands, and a few other implements of destruction. It may have been part
One
of
of
his
them is
design,
Dick.
though this did not interfere with his pleasures. Yeah, you're right.
That one was right.
There were
Say it slower.
There were red X's all over the map, marking specific areas, puzzle pieces, jigsaw snippets, and dots meant to be connected only his mind.
I bet the map just looks like gibberish with just a bunch of red squiggles all
It's
over
a
it.
scribbling of a madman, basically. There's like little stick figures scribbled on there. He would have to go about setting up special precautions in those places. Food, water, clothing, weapons, amenities and supplies were important.
I really can't tell what you're fucking saying.
Really? No, can I? I'm reading it. Seth sat back in his chair, resting, thinking. Natas. I know you're out. What's his name?
Natas.
Natas. I don't know. I know you're out there. I mean, you should have said that, Seth. Can you do it? Can you do that part?
Natas. I know you're out there.
It had been at least an hour since the others had gotten home. Robin had come up to his room almost immediately and tried to give him some speech about teamwork. Now how he was a bad impression on Raven. Seth found himself chuckling over the
Why isn't there an interesting thing happening? Why is that the thing that's like, he went up there, it'd be actually kind of interesting if there was humanity put in this fucking story and we got into a scene where like Robin comes in and he's like, you know, I'm kind of a hard ass, but it's because, you know, I've had a lot of pressure on me. I have a father. I guess he's not really my father, but you know, he put a lot of pressure on me, and now I can't let him down.
I'd just be happy with
and Seth is like, are you talking about Batman? That's so cool. And they bond over Batman, because who the fuck can't bond over Batman? I think Batman heals all wounds.
True.
I'm sure Seth would kill Batman. I'm sure he's like, I'm darker than Batman. I actually killed him with my gun.
It's dark. If anything, she was a bad influence on him. Echoes of
Batman's a fag.
Hold on, echoes of lust and other urges. Echoes of lust and other urges had come to him in brief passing moments. It had not looked too good, Seth.
Wait, what?
Reminisced. I don't know.
Echoes of
the blaring noise of an alarm clock was the only thing that made...
Do you want to raise that? Because we haven't really seen this lust and... What are other urges? Lust and other urges. Wanted to kill her. Wanted to strangle her to death. It did not look too good, Seth reminisced, when Raven was...
The blaring noise of an alarm clock was the only thing that... Keep reading. I'm gonna read another story under you.
Oh, right.
We're just gonna make an interesting story.
In mid-speech, Coley almost dangerously caught...
The blaring noise of an alarm clock was the only thing that made noise until our 17-year-old protagonist had got out of bed to turn it off. The years had been kind to Gumball as he ended with the height of 5'9", a fit physicality, and a good muscle structure by age 16. He adopted a shaggy haircut along the small tops of facial hair. Gumball had now wore a t-shirt and a motorcycle skull, grey hoodie with a dragon design, and blue jeans and sneakers. Gumball had also got into trying drugs out, as many teenagers do when they get into high school. He favored spliffs because they were pre-rolled them, and he put them in a
skyscrapers looking back.
I'm gonna have lines soon, I think.
He also enjoyed...
I'm committed to this bit. Great towering skyscrapers look back at him in the daylight glinting off the metal glass.
Of course, his family did not know he did drugs, but Gumball wasn't going to let that slip out. He had broke up with Penny, as she had become very picky of the little things Gumball did, and that annoyed him to the point where he couldn't take it anymore. He had taken interest in Carrie, a ghost girl who was the same age and could also dress, eat, and walk. She wore the same skull pin, but not the black t-shirt.
I need to know what's going on.
But they were wrong. They were not safe, not secure. There were forces out there. Oh, Ace, come on, keep going.
No.
Seth wants me to stop.
Anything I want to be coherent.
Stop coming. Oh, fucking hell. Didn't you enjoy that? That was... Oh, you know what? We've got to get off.
I feel like I'm the only one paying attention.
I can't.
I
have literally been putting the effort into trying. Like I know I seem like I'm not, but like I keep stopping and going like, what are these words? It's like Tony's saying stuff, but it's like freeform rap where he's just saying whatever.
Okay, we're further down now. Here we go. Seth had found that out the hard way. Even destroying Natta's body, he felt the presence lurking somewhere, becoming, of course, things like Natta's usually did not die that easily. Seth stopped that train of thought short. It disturbed him. He looked around sharply as there was a familiar knock on the door. What? A familiar knock?
Familiar.
How could it not be familiar?
It had to be like a tune, like a...
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
one of them, okay. I don't know why I'm defending this story, Jesus. The frail kind... Oh, here we go. It actually describes it. The frail kind with a sort of second guessing in each tap of the knuckle. No, that's... Yeah.
Oh, God.
Enter.
He said in his monotone voice. The door slid open once again. Reveal Starfire in all her alien
Naivety. Well, he
naivety.
spells it wrong.
I know.
It's supposed to be-
I'm actually trying to pronounce it naivety. but it's
Naivety.
Naivety. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Seth asked.
Hold on. I stupidly closed out the fanfiction. I was just going. Enter the monotone voice.
I wish.
I wish to ask you some questions. Not many, just some.
She said, almost hesitantly.
We'll get on with it.
Seth lit a cigarette, running fingers through dark hair.
That's how you know he's dark and broody. He's smoking a cigarette and has
fucking
dark hair. Whoa! Up, down,
The
left
other-
side.
The others wish to know you are able to do what you do. How are you so quick, so fast? You're not like us.
Hello, this is Kim
Hello.
Jong-un.
I love you long time.
Kim Jong-un. I am the supreme reader of North Korea.
I suppose it's time for you all to know.
Seth said,
Dun dun dun.
it's happening.
No what? That's my Gelfling accent.
Stop.
No, my Skeksis. Yeah.
Starfire
That's a
broke
nationality,
with her
right?
hands.
Skeksis, totally,
I still on Seth Obsidian. Oh, fuck.
Oh, right, the truth. I haven't lied to you. Well, not very much at least.
He pointed to his bed. Oh, well.
Sit! Sit!
Sit, bitch. She did as asked, calmly
This chapter's
sitting
fucking long.
sitting on the edge of his bed.
Yes.
She focused on him still.
I am the end result of a genetic
No!
engineering.
Nope.
He said calmly.
Nope.
Ace is so
Nope.
against that.
No, we're not doing that. We're not like I was combined by the edgiest parts of every animal.
Starfire stared blankly at him, slowly regaining
I
her
am the
composure.
DNA of the most emo singers ever. I'm part Kurt Cobain,
Left
part that
arm
lady
of
from
Marilyn
Garbage,
Manson.
part Marilyn Manson, part that lady from Garbage, part friggin' emo band extraordinaire Fallout Boy. Every single one of them.
Slowly
They
regaining
made me from the drippings.
composure.
Me.
As if collecting thoughts, trying to slip from an already failing grip. Fucking hell.
Yes, I'm eating.
Seth nodded, slowly inhaling. No.
No.
Yeah,
No.
do it, say
Yes,
it.
yes.
That's you who say it.
It's your character.
It's not yours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought that was Seth. I thought that was Seth.
think
No. But I assume that was one of the forbidden practices on your
What are you
planet.
trying to do? Talk baby Adam Sandler talk?
It's illegal.
Oriental
They
baby
know-
Adam Sandler.
they- news reports-
better. No, conditioner's better. No, I go on first and clean.
I would kill for an Adam Sandler movie right now. I hate Adam
Oh, so
Sandler
do
with
I,
a
but
passion.
I'd watch
I would,
it
I
over
would take,
this.
I would take the Waterboy right now.
That is some high quality H2O.
There are news reports about it all the time.
It is. Very.
Seth replied coldly, staring straight at her. She began to fidget under his gaze. That's it's written like that.
Something wrong?
Seth asked. She shook
Am
her
I
head
wrong?
and finally nodded, promptly leaving Seth move forward to close the door since, in her hurry, Starfire had forgotten to close the fucking door. Stupid bitch. Luck and glory rolled into one. Seth paused right before he managed to do so as the local intercom clicked on. It was Robin who spoke with razor-like precision.
Titans, we've got a situation.
He sounded rather excited for such
very.
bluntness.
They've found Slade and called us. Assemble at the front door, which as you can see is made of a wonderful mahogany inlaid with all of this beautiful stained glass from Italy. And do it now.
The comm system clicked off, and soon there was the sound of a door opening. Not any door, but the door. Raven floated, almost drifted down the hallway, wrapped in her dark energies. Her hood hid her face in darkness, giving her a
This story literally justifies Teen Titans Go. For as fruity and as bubblegummy as that show is, it is the only counterbalance to this bullshit.
Yeah. While Seth rather liked, he followed her to the elevator, which Starfire was already at and patiently waiting. Once it came up, the three teens crowded in and began to head down to the ground.
Ever hear the story about the scorpion and the fox?
Oh my god.
Seth asked, adjusting his combat knife and fingerless gloves.
It's actually a frog, by the way. The actual story. I have to cut in because I think you changed it to a fox because foxes are sexy.
Yeah, probably.
The scorpion and frog.
But in the story, it's the scorpion and the frog. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Yeah.
No.
So what a fuck.
Raven now seemingly disinterested.
There was a river.
Seth snuffed out his cigarette, putting the butt in his coat pocket.
But the river was too mighty to cross for a scorpion.
Who cares? Anyway, so...
Starfire raised a brow.
So this fox comes by, ready to cross. But for him, it's not hard. See, he can walk right
Sounds like
through
a
it,
personal problem.
albeit carefully. He notices this poor scorpion on the ground and peers into its eyes, drop dead serious.
What does the scorpion do?
Starfire asked Seth. Seth cracked his neck.
The scorpion asks for a lift. The fox is hesitant at first. He asks the scorpion, "But what if you sting me?" And the scorpion assures him he won't. The fox with his kind furred intentions lets the scorpion hop on his back.
They cross, right?
Raven stared forward, face hidden by a hood. Seth nodded.
As they're crossing in mid-river, the scorpion drives its stinger into the fox's neck. The fox, betrayed, cries out, "How could you do that? We're about to die." And the scorpion says, "I'm sorry, it's only in my nature. If it could have been gone in a different way, it would have done it that way." And the fox passes out from the poison, drowning before the venom has a chance to kill him.
You gonna ask a question? No.
No, keep going, because we gotta get to this little line, because
Yeah.
I have to leave, but...
Starfire's voice sounded hurt.
What happened to the scorpion?
It drowned.
The elevator doors slid open, Seth pacing out.
Floated by down the river and drowned.
What the fuck was the point of that
Seth
story?
is a total fucking buzzkill, isn't he?
You have to stop there, because I have to leave in a couple
Oh,
minutes. But what was the
fucking
what was the point
hell.
of that?
Like everything? I don't know.
No,
Like,
Oh.
well, everything, yeah, but the point of that story about this...
have you ever seen a Quentin Tarantino movie? You know how they have cool dialogue and then, you know...
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's it. I think it's just he thought like in that moment, wouldn't it be so cool if Seth like told a story and the elevator's open? It's like, wow, how maudlin and dark is Seth.
Seth, played by Samuel L. Jackson. Guys, I'm going to
my
use the
God,
healing power of my
guys.
beard and end this fucking misery. Remind
End
you
my
all,
fucking life.
Remind you all that if it looks like
Yes.
magic, it is not magic. It is science, or worse, maybe a fox or a scorpion. So deal with it. I am not a motherfucking kid. See you all next week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.